When we were launching a travel booking platform, we made this one huge mistake that cost us revenue. Had we done this prior, things would have been different. When we were launching this new platform, we thought, well, let's pack it with all sorts of features. This way, we will attract different kinds of customers and we will capture a higher market share and things will be great. Well, only to find out later that we cast our net too wide and we didn't actually know who our customer is and how to market to them. This followed by a lot of amendments, and eventually we figured it out. We really niched down and understood that this is the only way to go. Focus is your primary goal. But it is so lucrative to cast the net wide because, just in case, to see where it hits. And believe me, this is not the best way to go. Another thing we understood is that we need to look at our resources and understand whether we will be able to cater to that market share. So if we draw a circle of the overall market and then carve out a piece of that market, we need to look at the customer base and understand, will we be able to cater to that audience with our current resources? If the answer is no, then we need to niche down even more to the point where we understand that this is our ideal customer. This is someone we can cater to. This is someone who clicks with our brand, and we can expand later once we get revenue from that one small piece of pie. We went through a roller coaster of emotions, and believe me, had we done this proper research in the beginning and niche down, it would have been very different. So in the beginning, the more niche you go, the better. But as I said, it is so lucrative to cast the net wide. I would advise just take one person and try to understand their motivations, their dreams, their aspirations, how they spend their time, and what they're looking for in life and in brands. So what happened to us was we had just a general understanding of our market. We created customer avatars, but again, it was a little bit too broad. And now understand that niching down is gold. We went through a roller coaster of emotions. We had a functioning platform, but we didn't know how to market it. We didn't know what language to use. And we just made very general ads, which didn't generate much attention. Only when we niche down, really niche down, we were able to identify traits and things that are important to that particular customer base. Even though it was quite small, we were able to expand later. I know that trying to understand your customer is quite a daunting task. You need to spend a lot of time and put a lot of effort into it. But believe me, this will pay off so much later on. This is probably one of the biggest steps in the beginning. This is a huge step. Okay, so let's say you've identified your market, you have a product or service in mind or in production. Now you need to test your market. How do you do that? Well, there are different ways to do that, but I would advise to go out and speak to people, talk to them and understand what they think about your brand. Do they click? Is it their vibe? And would they pay the price that you set for your products or services? Now, one thing to mention is how you do customer research in the luxury market and in the mass market will differ because people will have different motivations and different factors that will influence the buying decisions. I would highly recommend talking to strangers instead of your friends and family because your friends might be a little biased and they may not be your ideal clientele. And there is a chance that strangers will give you more honest feedback. In the beginning, I didn't really feel comfortable talking to people and asking them all sorts of questions. But as you get into the rhythm, you see value in it. So this really gives you fuel to continue, and you feel much braver talking to strangers and asking them questions. Some are a bit more talkative than others, but you can definitely uncover a lot. It is exhausting though. If you talk to 10, 20 strangers, you can get a lot of information, but you will be so tired in the end, which is very good because you can then process that information and use it for your business. I uncovered a few gems which I used for advertising purposes, and it clicked very well. This is golden information which you will be able to use not only in the beginning of your business, but also in marketing, in production, in improving your products, adding features, all that sort of thing. Now, how you do it will depend on the type of your business. So you need to be very strategic about that. The tools that I use have been tested in different scenarios, and I found out a lot just by talking to people and trying to understand how to think. Customer research is a fascinating thing, although I do understand it can be a daunting one. So if you want to learn more in depth about these sort of topics, check out the description links below. I do consultations and I also do some private exclusive trainings on similar topics. Thanks for watching. Bye.